Yeah, it is. Hey, small group host, Pastor Nina here and Pastor Clayton.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, so we just went through week 1 of the Be a Better You series. I hope you guys had a great first meeting, and we actually started using a new question format this time, the series 2. So I just wanted to take a couple minutes here and discuss that with you guys and just kind of share a conversation that Pastor Clayton and I have been having this week about these new discussion questions and how they're kind of working out. So, the main reason for us switching the format is just to create a more organic conversation. So for me anyways, when I've used the questions in my group, and now I'm the one that creates these questions, right? So I've created the questions, but it still felt so clunky. You're having a conversation and you're having to go, okay, wait a minute, now let's see what the next question is. I'm not really sure how to ask this one. So with a longer list of questions like that, it just didn't feel super great. So with the two questions being, what did you get out of that, and what are you going to do about it? It just helps. The idea was to help the host and the leader to have these questions already in mind, and so you can just hone them a little bit more each time you meet without having to have the questions switched up on you each time. So that was really the reasoning behind it. But then as Pastor Clayton and I were discussing, we realized there's more that's come with it, benefits and some challenges. So I just wanted to share that conversation with you guys, and then hopefully you guys can glean from that as well. So Pastor Clayton, what did you guys find this week as you guys met for the first time with this new question format?
Well, I think the challenge for me, I love the questions. I think they're great. I think they're very thought-provoking, very simple, but in a good way, because it makes you really think and focus on the content and makes you think about it. The questions don't provide the answers. Sometimes we get real specific with them, but these are really broad and good for that. But I realize that I'm going to need to prepare a little bit more and be a little more thoughtful about how to steer conversations. I think it provides a really good, like you were saying, a really good opportunity to disciple people and help them go a little bit deeper rather than just checking off one question after the next. Just having a couple there enables you to really try to pull out a little bit of what's going on in people's lives and what they're really thinking. And so for me, going into next week, we're going to prepare a little bit more thought on our part. We'll, of course, watch the video beforehand, think about those questions, and think about maybe some ways we can tailor them a little bit to our group and what people are going through in our group. It's just a little bit of extra thought leading into it. For us, it was a little hard to get people talking this first week, which that might be the case for a lot of you out there. For someone like me, who's not like a talker, sometimes that can be a challenge. So I just need to be a little more prepared.
Yeah. And maybe what some groups do too is they want to add a couple, sometimes at the beginning we'll have like an easy question, a low-hanging fruit question, like just to get conversation going. It can be something like, hey, what was the most exciting thing that happened in your week, or something like that, just to get them used to talking. That might be an idea. I think there's other things you can do as well to add in a couple questions of your own just to help do that. I think too, these two questions are really driving at something important that Clayton hit on, that it's kind of following a coaching model. And a lot of the coaching, what you're doing is you're asking really great questions to get people arriving at the answers on their own, right? Especially the question, what are you going to do about it? That's a classic coaching question that as people are discovering what they should do, then you're kind of holding them accountable to that. And so these two questions are really targeted at that, at helping you coach people in that you're not telling people what to do, but as they're discovering what God's speaking to them, you're just the level of accountability, I think, is being raised, and that we're saying, okay, what are you actually going to do about it? Because I've been part of so many small groups where we get together and we talk about what the Bible says, but unless we really challenge each other to be accountable to those things, when we do that, I feel like is when we're going to see huge growth. So
and you might want to consider, before you watch the video, reminding everybody after the video there's going to be two questions. What did you get out of this, and what are you going to do about it? So they can be thinking about that as they're watching the video. Maybe they'll focus on it a bit more. And then I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, hey, we're just going to go around the room and give everyone a chance to pipe in what they're thinking. So
and we know too, a lot of times as the leaders that we have to model it first sometimes. We might, depending on the group, it's sometimes easier if you just say, hey, here's what I got out of it, just to get them kind of in the mindset of how to answer that even. But then as you're modeling that vulnerability, it gets a lot easier for them. So I think that's pretty. I think we covered a lot of anything else you want to add to it.
No, just that I love you all, and I'm really thankful to have awesome people pastoring so many people and loving people in
Yeah,
our church.
that's so
Community
good.
is awesome.
Yeah, it really is. I feel the same way. Love you guys. Hope you have a great week and a great second meeting as well. See you soon.